Okay, I'm just going to look at one more example of systems of equations similar to the ones we did on the notes in class to kind of help you out with your hybrid assignment this week. So we have 3 variables and 3 unknowns. So this one's actually going to be a pretty simple one, as you'll see. So I'm going to label my equations 1, 2, and 3. And so I'm going to pick 2 equations to start with. So I'm just going to pick equations 1 and 2. So if I look at equations 1 and 2, I have 4x plus 4y plus z equals 24. And I have 2x minus 4y plus z equals 0. So I have to pick from these 2 equations one variable to eliminate. Now I think it's a really obvious choice here because if you look at the y terms, they're already opposite. So I can add those together right away and eliminate the y's. So I get 6x plus 2z equals 24. So I've taken 2 equations with 3 variables and made 1 equation with 2 variables. And so now I'll pick 2 more. I can pick either 2 or 3 or 1 and 3. I'll just do 2 and 3. So if I pick 2 and 3, I'll just kind of highlight this one because we'll be back to that. So 2 and 3 are 2x minus 4y plus z equals 0. And 5x minus 4y minus 5z equals 12. Now the only rule is once you eliminate a variable in the first one, like we eliminated y, then we must eliminate the same thing. So we have to eliminate y in this one as well. So we have negative 4y and negative 4y. Those are not opposite. So I'm just going to multiply. Maybe I'll multiply the bottom by negative 1. You can multiply the top by negative 1 as well. It doesn't matter. So I'll get 2x minus 4y plus z equals 0. That's the original. And then I'll multiply by negative 1. So negative 5x plus 4y plus 5z equals negative 12. So now I add those together. The y's will eliminate. Negative 3x plus 6z equals negative 12. So now I've eliminated one variable from the same variable from 2 sets of equations. So now I'll just go ahead and I'll take those 2 new equations I have, 6x plus 2z equals 24, and negative 3x plus 6z equal negative 12. So I want to eliminate something here. I want to eliminate x or z. Now, if I'm looking at this, the easiest one to probably eliminate is x, because I can simply just multiply this equation by 2. So if I multiply it by 2, the first one will stay the same, 6x plus 2z equal 24, negative 6x plus 12z equal negative 24. X's eliminate. I get 14z equals 0, so z is 0. So I've got my first value. I've got my z value of 0. So now I just have to find x and y. So we'll just kind of back plug it in from now. So now I'm going to take one of these 2 equations I have. So like this equation has x and z in it. So I'm just going to put z in for 0. So I get negative 3x plus 6 times 0, which is 0, equals negative 12. Divide by negative 3, so x is positive 4. So now I have x and z. And so now that I have x and z, I'll just go up to the original problem, so like where I first started up here, and I'll just pick one of the originals. So maybe I'll pick the first one, 4x plus 4y plus z equals 24. So now I know x is 4, so 4 times 4. I don't know y. I know z is 0, so it just kind of goes away, equal 24. 4 times 4 is 16, and now I'm just solving a basic 1-variable algebra equation. I'll subtract 16 from both sides. 4y equals 8, so y is 2. So now I know my x, y, and z for the problem. My solution is 4 for x, 2 for y, 0 for z. Now, be careful because it's obviously very easy to make an error in here. So just be careful of your signs each step of the way as you're doing these eliminations.